Peter Tonnian, you are coordinator of Hope Social Union for the visually impaired. Am I right?
Yes, sir, you are very right.
All right. So please, just to quickly put into context, this is a meeting that evaluates the involvement or the inclusivity of persons with disabilities in the region. Generally, what is your appraisal? What is your appreciation of the inclusion of persons with disabilities in the region in everything administrative, private activities, and so on?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. I will begin by saying that the inclusion of persons with disabilities in the activities of the region is very, very relative. Relative in the sense that the Northwest is still gaining some steam, but the Northwest is doing something. If I stand here to say the Northwest is not doing anything, then I'm dishonest to myself and to humanity. But they are doing something, but they still need to do more, because if you look at it for now, mostly those of the private sectors, like the missionary organizations, are really spearheading and doing something that we can concretely boast about. But as concerns the government structures, they are just still grinding very slowly and surely, and we are wishing that they should grind faster so that the inclusion of persons with disabilities into all the activities of the region should be a reality, and be putting smiles on the faces of those persons living with disabilities.
Right. I just spoke with the delegate for social affairs a while ago who admitted that there is an increase in the number of persons with disabilities in the region. Do you confirm that as well?
Yes, I definitely confirm that. As a result of the ongoing crisis, so many persons have become disabled because of maybe gunshots and maybe other, in quotes, chemical things that have been deposited somewhere in the region, as it's being alleged. And so by so doing, it has been affecting so many persons, and we are now having a lot of persons with disabilities, because we have in our associations, in our organizations, we have persons who just became disabled within the past 7 years, and they attribute it mostly to the negative results of the crisis.
We have UN agencies involved in food distribution in the Northwest and other relief items, to people as a result of the conflict. How involved are you people or the structures that you represent with persons with disabilities in, first of all, the selection of beneficiaries and those who benefit?
However, I'm not sure any agency has ever contacted the Hope Social Union for the visually impaired. Maybe they might have been contacting our sister organizations, body organizations, but I've not really heard from them. So we have not really been contacted so that we can work in the line of inclusion to tell them how to deal with our persons living with disabilities. But I will not also be dishonest to say I have seen a few persons with disabilities in some spotted communities. They have attested that they received some food supplies and some assistance that was given to some persons in their communities. And many too have also complained that when they come into their communities to do maybe the enumeration attempts, they only hear that something happened that way, and they were not really consulted. We are really craving that these agencies, they should come closer to organizations of persons with disabilities, service providers of persons with disabilities, so that we can best work with them and tell them how they can get to the persons with disabilities, rather than doing some sort of try and error that they are not using the appropriate persons to work with.
All right. The 2006 convention actually compels these agencies to work with you. I am looking at issues of the reconstruction, the presidential reconstruction plan. You've been looking at it. What's your appraisal, and especially when it comes to involvement of persons with disabilities?
Just as with the previous question that I responded, the reconstruction plan, maybe it has reached out to some of our sister organizations, which I'm still to hear. They have not reached out to us, they have not reached out to mine, and I'm craving that these are relevant and vibrant structures set up by the state and other international bodies, that they should really apply the conventions and other legal instruments